both of them to go into Chelsea. I don't think what's going on at Chelsea is suitable to centre backs right now. I don't think they're set up for it, and I think they are because all four of them might be shit. All four of those centre backs might be shit. Christensen, Rudiger, Tomori, and Zuma. They might be shit. I don't think any of them are shit. They might be shit.
Zuma's shit.
He might be shit.
How many leaders are there in that 4 centre backs? None.
I think that's an issue, but I just don't know what they're doing tactically. Sorry, can I just say John Terry didn't actually tell me that is a lie. It was the kit man said it in front of Terry and he gave a face. But sorry, that was I misquoted there. But yeah, I think John Terry was supposed to be at Chelsea. That was the plan, and maybe they'd have had a stronger central defensive unit if he'd have been there. But I just think, how can it be that all four of them are shambolic? They're not. You're not talking about Mustafi, Luiz, Holding, Chambers. Those guys we know are consistent.
Maybe saying Luiz was a mistake, and the reason why I said that because he's probably the only leader. I would say you sold the leader to have guys that have got 10 leadership skills on Foot Manager. It's not good enough.
But then at the same time, they have played well in big games this year. They've got the best record against the top teams.
Have they?
Up there. They beat Man City, didn't they? Twice? Once? No, they played
once.
They beat Liverpool and they beat Man City this year.
They beat Liverpool when?
In the FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
Is our record not better?
Yeah, it depends what you mean by big teams. But yeah, you drew with Liverpool twice, right? And you beat Chelsea. You beat City. Yeah, yours is probably better now.
We lost to Liverpool.
Did you lose to Liverpool? Okay. Well, look, Chelsea got to be the only team to beat City and Liverpool, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, no, I guess so. They did it.
But they've been okay. Like, you look at their games against City and Liverpool, they were very, very, very strong in those games. So it's not like the defenders can't do it, but then you look at the mistakes they're making, you just go, what the fuck is this?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do they have protection?
Kante.
Is that enough?
It's supposed to be enough, but Lampard don't play him.
Well,
so in that case, let's talk about that Chelsea midfield, though, because
their deepest midfielder is Jorginho, right?
Yes,
but they don't. But Lampard hasn't liked him, though, has he?
Right. So who's
is that true?
Apparently, the last 5 games, yeah, he only played the last game because of injuries or suspensions and stuff. Apparently, he's been out of the team.
Okay.
Jorginho's just a sorry guy.
So what's his free? Gilmore's
injured.
Oh wait, Jordy. That's what I was going to say to you as well. The last games I've been seeing Gilmore, a great player, out-muscled. Everyone sussed him out. Right, you know what? We know you're getting the ball. Let's just get our body there. And he can't cope. Am I lying?
That's just age.
Young boy.
I mean, I'm not saying he's meant to stand there and be strong, but come on, you're Chelsea.
Nah, come on, man. You're never going to get a player up to that level unless you Cesc Fabregas did not have the density and strength to play central midfield when he did.
But he played with
Fabregas without playing.
He played with players that had strength around him. So who's backing Gilmore in that midfield team at the moment?
Well, no one.
That's terrible.
That's because Chelsea. I think Chelsea should play 1 holding, but they play 2 holding.
They play 3. They just play 3. It's like a very weird 3 that they play, and it's why they don't create chances.
This is why, like again, I know they had the transfer ban and stuff here. We have to put that obviously before, but again, I have a problem with Lampard going straight from Derby to Chelsea. You know me, I love Foot Manager. For me, like if you're a Championship manager and you get a job in the Prem, it's got to be with the bottom 10 team. You work your way up. How can you go from there straight top 6 just because you're a leader?
Because how did Arteta do it?
How did Oli do it?
Arteta to be Pep Guardiola's number 2 is a big deal.
Yeah, but that's just reputation. Pep Guardiola's had a lot of number 2s.
No, but I'm saying if you're number 2 of a manager of that, caliber, then we understand. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got experience. He was manager of Cardiff City. He's got a little CV there. Lampard was at Derby County.
But no, the reason Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is manager of Man United, the reason Arteta is the manager of Arsenal, the reason Frank Lampard is the manager of Chelsea is because their reputations. And when it comes down to it, a club or people who know football.
Arteta wasn't Guardiola's number 2. He wouldn't be manager of Arsenal.
People who know football look at those guys and say, that guy's ready. But Arsenal were trying to get Arteta to stay as well, but they couldn't make him assistant manager. They knew he was a serious coach. That's reputations. That's how that shit works. That's how Pep ended up manager of Barcelona.
I don't think it's the same I don't think everybody had the same obviously you're right. Clubs have the same reasons, but I don't feel like you could look at Arteta, Lampard, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and say, yeah, Lampard, we're picking you because it's the same reasons for those guys. Lampard, your CV is different. Your background, you were working with championship players. So Arteta was working with different caliber players to Derby County.
But again, that's neither here nor there. Lampard played at the top level.
And you know,
he worked with the best.
No offense, Chelsea fans, yeah? But you know how I knew that Lampard ain't going to last? And this is me. So because Mount Mason, for example, was your guy at Derby County, he's going to be your guy at Chelsea. What? Oh, come on, man.
I hear you, except that it was before Lampard was manager of Derby that Chelsea was saying Mason Mount is coming in the next year.
Say that what you want,
Mason Mount was training with the England team when he was like 18.
You can say that what you want.
I've never backed Lampard. Even when I told somebody that, you talk.
Chelsea have been for 4 seasons, bro.
Bro, that's because of the players. That's because of the manager. Sometimes, bro, it's like Solskjaer.
Do you really
Let me just land here. Solskjaer's not doing well with Man United because of Solskjaer. It's the players.
Do you really beat Man City and Liverpool and have more possession than Man City and all that?
For the first
time in the league. It's just
it's nothing new to me. I watched Conte go to Man City.
Yeah, but Conte's a great manager. What are you saying? Conte's a great manager. So what are we saying?
Listen, Chelsea have got the players to beat anyone.
They don't have the players that they had under Conte.
How is that true? They barely have a striker.
They don't have Hazard. They don't have Costa.
No,
they don't have Terry.
I look at that Chelsea team. I think they're capable of beating anyone. I'm not looking at Lampard and saying Lampard tactically did something like Clark. He hasn't stood out to me, you know. That's just me. I haven't seen Lampard do something sick. Be like, oh yeah, that's why he's sick. I don't think he's good enough for that level.
What's Arteta done this sick? What's Arteta done this sick?
You're generalizing. At Arsenal, we've been bad. We have been terrible under Emery. So when a manager comes and brings back possession football, that all looks good. So that's a whole different conversation.
But Lampard changed the way Chelsea play football completely.
You can't go from Conte. You get rid of Conte. You get rid of Sarri, and then you're settled with Lampard because he's a legend. That's not good enough.
Except that they're in the top 4.
You got to give Lampard his credit, man.
I don't rate him, and I don't think he's gonna last.
But you keep saying players, yeah. I don't know if you could give me 4 world-class players there.
Yeah, but how is it the players that are doing this?
Do you have to be world-class? Does Leicester have to have world-class players to be 4th?
Leicester have probably got more close to world-class players than...
That's not what I asked you. Does Leicester have to have world-class players to be 4th? No.
Yes.
The table shows us. Huh? So who's world-class at Leicester?
Vardy.
Who else?
Pereira.
And Didi. Pereira.
Allow it, bro, man. Allow it. And Didi's not world-class.
I didn't
listen,
say that.
Listen, you just got to a bit of a better job of explaining to me why Lampard.
How I'm explaining it to you. I'm letting you know that Ndidi's not world class. I ain't got to explain that to you.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea.
Pereira not world class. What the fuck is this?
Let's talk about Chelsea.
Probably only Vardy.
Let's talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Pereira's up there, but
they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
Lampard has had a young striker, not Diego Costa or Didier Drogba.
Yeah.
Not even Alvaro Morata, who's shit, whatever. Yeah. He's had Mason Mount, Ross Barkley. He's had kids in the midfield. He had a Jorginho who Chelsea fans wanted rid of a year before. Yeah. He had Reece James at right back. He's had 4 Howler centre backs. He's had a goalkeeper who I think is, since coming to the league, he's the 25th best goalkeeper in the league in most statistical categories. Yeah. And he's got them inside the top 4. if you're saying that's all players
What's
specs,
that? What's
you do have to explain. You do have to explain
What's
what
that?
players.
What has stood out at Chelsea? Because for me, it's just dry. What stood out? Tell me what stood out.
The league
Other than
position stood out.
Pulisic is decent. I'll give him that. What else?
Some really good wins. Some really good wins.
Yeah, it doesn't. But this is what I'm thinking. You know, like there's nothing classy there. There's nothing that stands out. It's almost like Chelsea don't deserve to be where they are.
All right, so there's nothing classy. There's nothing that stands out. Lampard must be doing an amazing job.
For a period of time, there was very good football from over there.
I didn't see that.
They were my favorite team to watch before Christmas.
They didn't stand out to me. I can't lie to you. This is the driest third place team I've seen. I can't lie to you. It's dry. People, this is my opinion of it. I'm looking at Chelsea. I'm like, dry. It's dry. When you bring on Giroud, dry. It's dry. It's dry, Jordy.
Listen,
You want to have a
granted, we're watching the worst top four race ever.
Facts.
But
That's number one. Yeah, facts.
you can't take away what Lampard has done to arguably win that top four race.
And what's he done? Just give me something that I've missed. What's he done?
Enough with very little.
No, but
Enough with very little.
Tell me something that stood out with
started
Starting young.
started Tomori, started Mount, started Tammy, started Hudson-Odoi, started Pulisic, started Reece James. All of these things are the manager's choice that were not happening before and wouldn't have happened if they'd had hired him.
Just started players. That's it.
No, obviously it takes more than that, but those are fundamental team-changing decisions that are on him that he is responsible for. What he does with those players, that's another level. But he started all these players. He's built a team around these players. 11?
Yeah, that's someone just said that.
Yeah, probably.
It's a bad third place team.
Of course, but you don't want to have a conversation about this fourth place race. Do you want to have a conversation about this fourth place race?
Yeah, they lost 11.
In 6 months' time, you're going to be phoning me saying, Tigo, I hate watching Arsenal.
No, Tigo. I'm not. Again, our situation is different to Chelsea's. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that these systems and this style of play and this compensating for weaker positions is going to make for some ugly football next season. And Arsenal are going to be majorly responsible for it.
And why do you say this? Why are you confident about this?
I think I'm seeing it already. The idea that Arsenal have been entertaining to watch this since COVID it's not even a myth. I've never heard anyone say it. They have been bad to watch.
Is that fair on Arteta?
Before COVID,
Arsenal's
Arteta was somewhat expansive, somewhat intricate. Since
Arsenal versus Wolves was the hardest game I ever watched.
Oh, it was horrible. Horrible. And you're going to see a lot more of that next year to get into Europe.
I thought it was good football for me.
You didn't, and we spoke about it. You didn't.
Wolves made the game rubbish, but Arsenal did well. Arsenal did well. It was Wolves' fault. It wasn't Arsenal's fault. Arsenal, anytime they couldn't go forward, come back. Arsenal did. I thought Arsenal they were fine for me, man. You can't say that Wolves made the game shit. Wolves just wanted to wait for a mistake and just counter, and because there was no mistakes, they couldn't do nothing. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, Wolves don't play.
But for me, what Arteta's trying to do, there's no problem with it. He just hasn't got the players.
He's not going to get the players, so it's going to get more tactical. Arsenal, you want to take all the responsibility off of Arsenal in that game, okay? Arsenal next year, when they don't have the players again, are going to do ugly things to get back into Europe.
Right, but I can't. So this is what I'm saying to you. I'm saying, of course, Arteta.
And I'm seeing it already.
Arteta needs the backing, but the reason why I think he will get the backing because they promised him from day one.
Yeah, they're not backing him. Wolves
I don't believe you. You said there won't be no signings, and there's been signings. So
I never said there'd be no signings. Never said there'd be no signings.
Party's coming. Don't listen to go. Arsenal fans, we're getting players.
I never said Party's not coming either. By the way,
huh?
You lot hear what you want to hear.
Why is he not coming, Tigo?
I didn't say he wasn't coming.
No, why are we not getting him then?
I didn't say you're not getting him.
What did you just say?
I said I never said you're not getting him.
No, you did. Of course you did.
No, I didn't. No, I'm lucky because those YouTubes, they're still up. You can go and watch them.
Are you telling me
Arsenal refinanced their bonds today so that the debt could be incurred by KSE, by Stan Kroenke, so that there could be an extra £6 million available, 9 million maximum in the summer.
Do you know what? Shall I be honest with you, Tigo?
Arteta said he's planning for one of three scenarios. Champions League, he's got some money. Europa League, he's got no money. No Europa League, he's got less than no money. He said that. And that was before COVID.
See, this is the thing. I mean, there's so many times the Arsenal fan every year we hear Arsenal ain't got this. Last year is that Arsenal ain't got no money. Then all of a sudden Pepe come on 72 million and it was like
Do you
money.
think it's going to take one player? Do you reckon it's going to take one player to make Arsenal?
But like, honestly, I failed to listen to Arsenal tell us this shit. You're gonna buy. Arsenal are going to buy.
They're going to buy. How many players do they need to buy to be a top 4 team next year?
That's subjective, isn't it?
How subjective?
Because no offense, I'm not saying the situation's the same, but it depends who you buy. Because United, Bruno Fernandes, that one signing lifted everybody. So who knows? The
150 million pound midfielder next to the 100 million pound midfielder in front of how much did they pay for Matic? 40 million.
Yes.
All right. Hold on. With the 50 million pound right back, with the 35 million pound centre back, with the 18 million pound centre back, with the 30 million pound left back, with the striker who cost 56 million. Okay, it was just Bruno Fernandes who turned Man United around.
I think Bruno Fernandes is signing made a huge difference to the whole squad.
It did make a huge difference, but they had the players in place.
He didn't come the same time as the rest of those guys. He didn't come the same time as Wan-Bissaka, Maguire and that. He came alone in January and everything changed.
So one player is going to make Arsenal top 4.
I'm not saying that one player, but I'm just saying that but we don't know in it. But I think if Arsenal buy the right player, sometimes it doesn't have to be quantity, that one player can make a difference.
Top 4. Bear in mind that whatever Man United didn't have or did have, they had an 80 million pound centre back, a 50 million pound right back, a 35 million pound centre back. Your most expensive centre back is Mustafi.
You know what, Specs? One player does make a difference. That is like the most obvious thing to say. Where does he take you?
That's again nobody. How about? Listen, I'm not.
Well, don't be safe. Don't be safe. Don't be safe. He called me safe. Where does he take you?
I think, my opinion, and this is my opinion. Yeah, I think if we get Thomas Partey, right, if that's the only player we get, I think we have a chance
Of
getting into top 4.
You go from 9th to 4th.
Listen,
I think that's fair to say. You're fair to think that.
It's Arteta. It's going to be Arteta came halfway in. This is his.
I'm just laughing at the way he delivered it.
We've already seen improvement. Obviously, we know there's problems with players and etc. We know that, yeah. But I think everything needs time. Everything needs time. I think that Tigo's prediction is possible, but there's also
I would say, especially if they sign Thomas Partey, your football's going to be horrible.
Why? But why? Because of the players.
You're going to overcompensate for your bad defense, and you're going to play these fullbacks all the way up the pitch like Liverpool, but with less quality.
So Arsenal's thing is
going to happen.
Arsenal's thing is 3 centre backs now, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think in my opinion, this is my opinion. I think Emery and Arteta at the moment to play 3 centre backs at Arsenal is the safest thing to do.
Yeah,
it is the safest thing to do.
That's facts.
Yeah.
However,
it looked very safe against Tottenham this weekend, by the way, but it is the safest thing to do.
So again,
it didn't look very safe against Tottenham this weekend, but it is the safest thing to do.
But it looks safe against Wolves. And consistency is difficult, Tigo. It's the Prem.
What does that do? Take one player out of your midfield?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but for me, I just think. I mean, Kolasinac left centre back definitely is like, yo, we need to sort this out because he's not a defender.
I like what George 14 said.
What do you say?
He doesn't think you lot will play three at the back next season.
But again, that
I agree.
I slyly think they will.
We
I
have
think
to.
they'll start with
We
four.
have to.
I think they'll start with
We
four.
need the players to do the two, but we'll see in it.
I think they'll start with four and they'll move to five. And I'm saying, like, I don't think Arsenal are going to be a fun team to watch next year. I think there's too much needs doing. Like, you need Saliba to be your best centre back the day he arrives, or at least by Christmas. I think you need.
You lot have got, fam, I keep saying it, but there is a lot of centre backs. Because what is it going to be? Saliba and Murray?
So Saliba's not. I don't think Saliba's gonna bang straight away. I think that's too much. But
Then you've got this big creativity problem.
He always talks about time and being patient. I think that's. I'm with him. I'm with him, T-man.
He's allowed time, man. He came here in Jan.
Yeah, I'm not. No one's questioning whether or not he deserves the time. No one's questioning whether or not he's going to get there in the end. I'm just saying, I don't think they're going to be good to watch next year. And the idea they're going to go from 9th to 4th with a signing, I think that's mental. I don't think you're looking at what's above you. You're just going Arteta, nice hair.
No. What you're saying is not nonsense. What you're saying is true. If Arsenal don't buy, Arteta's going to have a problem. He's already having a problem now. You can see his squad selection and what he says. He's having a problem. Guendouzi, Ozil, obviously Laka. There's players there that are just not Arteta type. You can tell. So he has to get rid of those guys and bring players in. If he doesn't, it's going to be a problem. Facts.
Where's the creativity? It's like Pepe's your only creative player, and it's like his level of creativity. It's not.
But Tigo, I don't think you need a creative player in football today.
This is what I'm saying. This is the Football Manager stuff where you're going to phone me and say, I don't like watching Arsenal. And I'm going to go, is this worth it? We're going to have this conversation in 6 months' time.
I think what we're doing, I think the 3-4-3, what we're doing now, I think we need to make it work.
Who leaves? Who leaves Arsenal?
Ozil has to leave.
He doesn't count, though.
Right. Guendouzi's got to leave.
Yeah.
Laka's got to leave.
Yeah.
Aubameyang's going to leave.
I don't think he looks.
I think Aubameyang's signing.
I don't think it's a good idea to keep Aubameyang.
I agree, but I think they're going to sign him.
I think if you keep Aubameyang, you're going to have problems.
But you can't afford to lose him, man. Because you're not going to get enough money for it. You're not going to replace. You're not going to replace 25 goals for 20 million.
But him, is he going to be motivated anymore? Is he going to be done? Like, it just looks like he's like, I allow this.
But
he's still running more than every other player.
Yeah, you could say that about him now more than ever.
Mm.
Like, that's what I'm saying. When the season's done, will he do another season? I can't see it. I think you'll be telling his agents to get me out of it.
I could see it, man. He's in London.
It's the money now. It's the money now.
I hope so.
I think he's going to stay. I don't think keeping him is the best idea, but I think selling him last year was the best idea. And they've left themselves in a fuck position once again.
Loan Socrates out to AEK Effens. Get him out. Get Papa out.
Did you see that video I put in the group yesterday of him when he was at Dortmund? Getting nutmegged 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it on the floor?
No. Just running, chasing.
Yeah, there's another one where he's on the floor. Get AEK Effens, loan him out.
Yeah, I do think I would start from the back, man. Pause. I would.
How do you though, Jordy? How do they got no midfield? Bear in mind, Danny Ceballos, who Arsenal fans will take to be playing well. I actually do think he was playing quite well. Yeah, transitioning the ball, but that final ball's not. I don't know if it's even in him. If that's part.
I think Ceballos.
He's going back. He's going back.
I think if you don't get to party or you can't get midfielder, you have to start Jacques and Ceballos.
Mickey said he's definitely gone, innit?
Mickey's gone. Yeah, he bought himself out.
Specs. El Nene. Let's have a serious chat then.
Yeah, I'll keep him.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he's got the energy to play in that kind of system. He's a part. I think he.